a lot of the people this year came for the first time, in fact. And there was sort of a networking that went on when we sent out emails for work parties. So I think it's really important to acknowledge that the lushness that you see here is a reflection of the lushness of all the connections that people brought to this project or this production. So maybe we can just sort of clap our hands for them too for a second. Some of the volunteers are actually out here. A lot of certain volunteers helped an awful lot and helped me sort of do the job of coordination. And the ideas for a lot of these pieces came from various individuals. They planted a seed of ideas, and like everything with Procession, once you plant a seed, it starts to grow into something pretty amazing. So, but it really starts with a bunch of people throwing out ideas. It's very collaborative, and I feel honored to be able to help coordinate this whole set tonight. And so, without, I guess, yes. So, and thank you for coming and seeing this and experiencing this. And I hope you take away some great memories and feelings from absorbing all this energy. That's so wonderful that everyone brings together. And so finally, as some of you may not know this, but this whole concept was inspired at an organizers meeting that Nalini, who is a rainforest canopy researcher, who used to teach at Evergreen, but who's now no longer in our state, sadly. But she was our inspiration for this, and so I have the honor to introduce her. Nalini, where are you?
About 9 months ago, I got a call, and I was asked to come and help the planning committee for the Luminaria here, the Illuminated Ball, to help provide some ideas and some background and some context for the theme that they had chosen called Forest Canopies, Tropical Forest Canopies. And of course I was delighted to do that, and I spent the last 9 months in Utah in anticipation of what they would create and how they would take the information about what forest canopies are and turn it into what, of course, the Procession and the people who make these wonderful illuminated balls do, which is to create something that is produced of love and of creativity and of hard work and collaboration and patience and hope, and most of all, light. And so the illuminated ball, I think, really this year, more than ever, really fosters all of those characteristics that we are here tonight to celebrate. I was asked to put the idea of forest canopies in the context of the work that I do. I climbed trees as a kid, as I'm sure many people here did. I studied trees as an adult, and I've always communicated about how amazing and how important trees are to us. And so I would like to take just a few minutes to talk about trees and forest canopies as they, I think, affect us, and hopefully will affect those who may not be here tonight or who may not be in the procession, but we hope that they will be incorporating themselves in our spirit. Trees are enduring. They can be physically enduring. They endure the ice storms that people here in Olympia experience. But they also endure in our minds and in our spirits, even when we're far away in places like Utah, that doesn't have a lot of trees. Trees do endure here. And in fact, the word tree comes from the Sanskrit word deru, which is also the word that gives us the word trust and truce, endure and truth. And the actual Old English word for a tree is trough. And a tree then can be described as an entity which has a strong trunk that is deeply rooted and that holds up an entity that sweeps the sky. So tree and truth are very well mixed. Trees and truth do link earth and sky. Rabindranath Tagore wrote a wonderful poem, and he said, trees are earth's endless efforts to speak to the listening heaven. So I think that too is an exemplar of trees. But really, this wonderful Illuminated Ball is not just about trees, it's specifically about forest canopies. And when I look around and think about the advice that I gave to the planning committee, I see that they have captured what I told them, that they have elements of water in the waterfalls there, that we see and think about the rainwater that exemplifies forest canopies, that we see the living plants that they have made, the hanging plants of vines and of epiphytes, the plants that grow supported by the trees that hold them up. We see the interactions of plants and animals that are so important. And we see the elements of death and dying, like this log right here I'm standing on, that bring back the entities of life as well. So I think they've done a fabulous job in terms of what they have created, in terms of the visual effects of the forest canopy. But I also told them that the forest canopy comprises contrasts, that trees and forest canopies provide contrasts in that they are silent, and yet they give us the sound of wind. They are strong, and yet they are fragile. They protect us, and yet they need protection from us. And when I began thinking about the procession and what people learn from it when they contribute, when they participate, and when they observe the procession, I think they're very like trees. That the procession is silent in that it is wordless. We are not allowed to use words. And yet, the things that the procession speaks to us are more eloquent than any poem, any set of legislation, any PhD dissertation. The procession, like trees, are strong and yet very fragile. That the procession can be subject to a theft or a robbery, that it doesn't have a lot of money that protects it, that it has only the merest of threads of bureaucracy to get it from year to year. And finally, the procession, like trees, protect us. The procession protects us from apathy, from routine life, from the sense of the asphalt that we encounter in our city lives. And I think that is what we find in terms of the protection of the procession for us. And what follows then is that we need to protect the procession, the spirit that Eli and Paul and all of the other people who make this amazing procession be possible in our communities and others. So this isn't a pitch yet, but it is certainly a contributory thought that in order to protect the procession, there are many ways that we can do that. By participating ourselves, by spreading the word about it, by bidding in the silent auction, and by giving us donations. And I would think that knowing what the procession does, like trees, we will be happy to make these contributions. So, that I think all of the people who contributed to this incredible evening have anticipated, and hopefully that you've anticipated. This is a night of trees, of forest canopies, of truth, and of light. It is a time and an evening for observing and participating in being something that has strong trunks, that is deeply rooted, and that holds aloft entities that sweep the sky. And so with that, I welcome all of you to the 2012 Illuminated Ball. Thank you.